Spring is just around the corner and it's time to move all of those winter quilts out and put the bright cheerfulness of spring in your home. Keep watching. Hi, it's Fran Morgan with Fabric Cafe, and it's time to air out that house and freshen it up with some new spring quilts. So let's jump in and see our first one. This is Jacob's Ladder. Now this is such a fun quilt, and I love the way that there's so much movement in this quilt. We've got a great focus, super easy pattern. Let's put it up and check out this fabric and this pattern. Now we have this darling fabric, and there's nothing that says spring more than all of these butterflies and all these fun little guys, and they are in our pattern right here on the background on the focus. Just love how it creates that movement. Now our number 2 fabric, really like it. It's a nice crisp white with our dragonflies and our little spring flower here. Makes a perfect backdrop for our little squares here. Now our squares here are made out of this great pink. Now as you can see, there's lots of pink in these little bugs here, which are just perfect. And then the pink also picks up the little flower in this one. Now this is absolutely fabulous. I love how well this goes together. And something else, I want to talk about Jacob's Ladder just for a minute. This is a great pattern to use a small tossed print like this. So this fabric is just perfect. All 3 are a tossed print. And Jacob's Ladder is so easy to make. I'm going to grab that cropping tool so you can see how it comes together. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make a 4-patch. Now, how easy is a 4-patch? I love this block because it's such a building block for our quilts. And you can see we have it here, and we also have it just repeating along the way. Now, our alternate block is a half square triangle, and this is a big half square triangle, so it's going to go together really, really fast. And how you put these blocks together is what's going to make this great movement on this quilt. Now, I love this one so much. I think it's the perfect springtime quilt. And we also have an extra special thing for you. We have yardage on this fabric. So if you would like to make some coordinating pillows or make it a little bit bigger with an extra border, go check out our website for that yardage online, fabriccafe.com. Now let's get the kit info for you here. This kit is Butterfly Collection. The number is 8023084. Once again, the pattern is Jacob's Ladder from our Modern Views book. We have Picture Perfect. Now, Picture Perfect is one of my go-tos that I go to all the time. And the reason why it's a go-to is because I have this nice big block here, but it is bordered with my number 3 fabric. So it separates my number 2 and my number 3 fabric. And of course, it's super fast to make. So let's check out the fabric on this. Okay, I have some of the cutest garden gnomes. And what says spring more than a wonderful garden with a cute little character in it? And this is so reminiscent of that. So our garden gnomes here are going to go in our big block here. Now notice, this is a directional fabric. So these gnomes are all going one direction. This pattern, Picture Perfect, is perfect for a directional fabric like this. So they're all going to be perfectly placed in this square. Now our number 2 fabric, to me, this is the garden. So it's kind of like the gnomes are in the garden. So here's our garden fabric. It's this bright, springy look. It goes in the alternate block here, which is just fantastic. It is a tossed print, but you definitely could put a directional in this as well. And then our number 3, the perfect fun, is a green dot. It's going to border this secondary block here, the alternate block, but you can see how great it looks with the gnomes. And look, this little guy has little polka dots that kind of look like this polka dot, which is really fun. I just love it. And then of course, this one also perfect with that green polka dot. Absolutely precious. Now we have an image on the screen for you. It looks so good together, and I think that draped on a sun porch in your springy living room or even a bedroom, guest room would be fabulous for this quilt. So when you're doing that spring cleaning and airing out the house, this would be the perfect thing to put in your home. So let's look at the kit information. That is 8023086. It is called Garden Buddies, and the pattern is Picture Perfect from the Quick and Easy book. Now this is one of my new favorites as well. This is Allure, and Allure is a great pattern because it's just so simple and quick. Once again, we just have squares, and we also have our number 3 bordering this block, which really showcases our focus fabric. So let's get this one on the table. Okay, these guys are so stinking cute. Now these sheep are ready for spring because they have their rain boots on. This is so, so precious. And this fabric here is going to go in our number 1 block right here in the center, as well as a little bit on the border. Now our number 2, this great white with a pink polka dot, that is going to be the border of the alternate block here, as well as a little bit on the border. And you can see this looks so fun and springy, so cheerful. And then our number 3 is this great blue, and it picks up all the blue flowers in our little sheep, and it's perfect because it is going to go here on our border. Now I have some pieces and parts, so let's step through that so that you can see how this quilt goes together, just how quick and how darling this is going to be. All righty. So the first thing we're going to do is make our strip assembly. And I'm going to grab this piece of cardboard here so that put it behind here so you can see. So what we've done, and this is going to be our alternate block here. We've sewn 3 long strips of fabric together, and they're all on the long edges, as you can see there. And then we are going to cut a section off of this. This creates our unit. So this unit, then, set this aside. We're going to take this unit and we're going to sew 2 strips of fabric on each side. Now I'm going to place this over here so that you can see it and see how well it's going to go together. Now keep in mind, I still have my seam allowances on this, so it does look just a little different, but you can see how cute that's going to be. Now, oh, looky here, I have a whole finished block. Forgot about that. And now our main block here, it's made exactly the same. So what we'll do is we'll have that strip assembly just like that, and we cut this section off, and then we add a strip to each side. Is this not so cute? I just love these little sheep. They are just so precious. It's going to go together really, really quick. I know that strip assembly, how we write those, just makes everything so super fast, and just love it. So let's put this away and let's get the kit information, because I think this is just so much cheer for our springtime quilts. All right, this is called Springy Sheep. It is 8023085. It is our Allure pattern from the Magic of 3-Yard Quilts, and our alternate pattern is Pretty Please. Now our next fun springtime quilt is Overnight Sensation, and this one is so super fast. We have a big 4-patch here that is bordered with our number 2 fabric. And you know, it's simple, it's fun, it's quick. What more do you need? Let's look at this darling fabric. As I said, this is a super fast, super big 4-patch, and I just absolutely love it. And in this case, we do have a tossed fabric, which this pattern is perfect for it, all these bright colors. Now, if you have a print fabric that's a bigger print, this would be a great pattern for that. So remember, let's talk about our fabric placement. Our number 1 fabric is usually what we call the focus, and it is the larger print or the print that you want to showcase. It's your favorite print in the bunch. So if you go buy a focus fabric or something that you just love and you want to showcase it, that's your number 1 fabric. And in this case, it goes in each of the 4 patches here. Now, you're going to take your focus fabric out of the equation and you're going to compare the next 2. The lightest of the 2 will be your number 2 fabric, and that's our yellow polka dot here, which is just such a nice, warm, sunny yellow that goes perfectly with our flower fabric. It is our sashing around our 4-patch. And then our number 3 fabric. That will be the darkest of the 2 remaining. So in this case, it is our green. And this green is fun because to me, it kind of mimics the leaf shape of the fabric. And it goes in the 4-patch with our focus fabric. So very simple in selecting fabric, very fun, and this is a super fast quilt. Now, I know that whenever I start spring cleaning and freshening up the house after the cold winter days, all that dreary stuff that comes through, I like to go in and reorganize. And I think that it is really helpful, especially in our sewing rooms, because I don't know about you, but at Christmas, fabric is flying everywhere and you've got this mess and you've gotten all disorganized. Well, we have got a great video for you, so be sure and subscribe, ring the bell, so that you cannot miss that organization video that we have for your sewing room. The kit is called Be Happy, the number 8022579. Once again, it is Overnight Sensation from the Easy Does It book, and we are suggesting the alternate pattern as Topsy-Turvy. Now here is our gallery pattern. I like the gallery pattern. Simple, but it has 2 alternate blocks that creates this great visual of a vertical line. And I've got this thing with vertical lines on quilts lately. I'm not sure what it is, but I just really like the way your eye travels down this. I also like the way this is framed. So this is our focus fabric. And this is almost like, have you ever seen those where you put a picture and there's a ribbon behind it and you've got all these pictures? This is what this reminds me of. So it's kind of like a little art gallery. Let's check out the fabric. Okay, we have some really fun stuff here. Now, along with that art gallery, why can't we have a little down-to-earth boho going too? So that's what this makes me think of. All of these mandalas here almost look like they're handmade, like they're macrame. So it's very fun. So this is our focus fabric. This is going to go in these little blocks here as well as our border. And I think this is going to look great on the border because this is a nice wide border. Now this little block is going to catch all these little colors in these, which I think is going to make it look like it's popping out, like it's bigger than the box, which I think is really cool. Our number 2 fabric is this great green. Does this not pick this green up perfectly here? That is going to go everywhere the white is. So our little handmade macrame look medallions here will be bordered with this. And then our number 3 fabric, which is the blue here, and on our rail fence here, that picks up all of the great rosy tones in our macrame. I think it's absolutely fabulous. I think it's going to go together really, really well. It's a fun pattern too. I really like the pattern. So if you look on our screen, we have a great image to see exactly how that's going to turn out. And as you can see, all those little peaks of all the little macrame bits is so much fun. I just love it. All right, the information on this kit is, the kit is called Macrame Magic. It's 8022552. The name of the pattern is Gallery, and the book is Modern Views. Okay, this is our Urban Chic pattern. This is a really cool pattern because once again, it has really good movement here, how these 4 patch blocks come together, but it also has this cool movement here with a little block and then the main block. Once again, really fast to put together, but very interesting and really helps your eye to travel. So let's add some extra spring to this quilt and see what we've got. Now, springtime would not be springtime without a nice fresh daisy. And I think this is the perfect daisy. It's bright, it's sunny, all these beautiful yellows and greens and whites. This will be our focus fabric here, and it will go everywhere the block is here and on the border. And what a nice fresh sunshine. You just feel it when you look at it. Then our number 2 is this nice yellow. And this is a very warm, creamy yellow, not too bright and garish. It's very cozy, very warm, gives you that warm glow. That's going to go everywhere the pink is here. And then just to give it that pop of color, because you know our number 3 is kind of like our accent color, these fun green daisies, which carries on the theme, which I love, is going to go everywhere the green is. So all of our little 4 patch blocks and our little stones here and on the border and binding. I think it looks absolutely darling together. Now we have a great image on the screen so you can see how much sunshine that will bring to any room. So I think it's just fabulous. And what a fun, fast quilt to make as well. So let's check out the kit information on that. It is called Sunny Blooms, perfect name. The number is 8022583. It is Urban Chic from the Fast and Fun book. Now, I showed you lots of sunshine and lots of happiness for spring, so share with me. I'd love to hear, what do you do to get your home ready for spring? I'd love to know. It's Fran Morgan with Fabric Cafe. Thanks so much.